And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Carr to throw on second down. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now McKinnon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. Got a man. He finds Sanders. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. McKinnon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He's got it up to the 15, showed off some fancy footwork there on the play. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Let's go, come on.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Here we go. 58.
Rodgers now on first down. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Toss play to McKinnon. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hey, 7:34.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. They'll go to P-Ryan, trying to pound it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. In the backfield, standing alone on second and goal is McKinnon. They get it to him running left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. On play action, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And the first play will be a field goal try. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
On second down, here's Rodgers to Mixon on the check down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Mixon with a first down carry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And this really is a good defense because what they've done is focus on stopping the running game and being physical against it.
And the numbers, they really bear that out. They're currently 5th in the National Football League in rushing defense.
Galley, zone left, Galley. Zoom, zoom. Hey.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Rodgers going to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Zoom.
On play action, now Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Able to pick up 12 yards, but they needed more. 4th down. Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone. Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one. Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right? Not one that I've ever met. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kiki QT, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts. So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. They go play action here on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, check 26. We are going.
Here's a give to Mixon. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, check 26.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game. Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Inside. Gun.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
6-18.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1:57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Here we go. Here we go. Deuce right, Chief.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Finding some room at midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Monday down.
Carr now on first down. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
All right, get set, fellas. Go Chiefs.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Robert Kindici in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Now he'll escape to his left. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
That's fine. Yeah.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Let's go, come on. Inside.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Get reset. Hey, easy. They fake the give. Now Rodgers rolling to his right. Now he's going to let it go. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. A handoff to Mixon. And some room to work. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, it's Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Rodgers now to throw. Escapes the sand. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey, where y'all going? Jump out! No.
Here's Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 6-18. Check 808.
From the gun, Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. in the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daquan Jones in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now it's Rodgers. Steps away. Now he's going to throw deep. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Six 18. Hey, 7:34.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Carr. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
24. Low.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Just keeping the play alive. Gonna look deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 48 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
808.
They run it with McKinnon. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. Here again is McKinnon. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
808.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Saints on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down at the 28. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We are going. Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught with a catch right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On play action, Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Low, low, low.
On second down, here's Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Carr to throw on second down. Over the middle here to Wilson. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And they will take a knee here.
Here we go.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for New Orleans, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll have enough.